Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and this is a project for the Scrap FX design team. I'm going to be playing on a couple of craft tags which are from Scrap FX, and I'm starting off by adding some Dina Wakley media paint in sand onto my tags, not all over, just in some places. And I'm going to do the same on both tags. Then I'm going to be using these blob frames, which are also from Scrap FX, and they just reminded me of flowers, and I thought I would use them on my tags, and then had the idea of cutting them in half. So I'm going to kind of create two tags that work together. So you can see I've just cut those in half. Then I'm just drawing around the inside of those blob frames just so that I can get their placement, because my idea was to kind of do whatever I do on one tag, I do the reverse on the other. So that will become clear as I go along here. So then starting off with some black paint, and I'm blending the black paint out from the edge of where the blob frame is going to go, and then in the space that's left to the edge of the tag, I'm going to be using the graffiti words stencil to add some text onto my tag. I'm using quite a dry brush, as you can see here as well. So here you can see I've just popped the stencil out towards the edge of the tag, and then I'm just stenciling in the space that's left, and that creates quite a nice blend from the outline of where the blob circles are going to go out to the rest of the tag. This is one of my favourite new stencils from Scrap FX, the graffiti words. I've used it so much since I got it. And then on this one, I'm painting the centre of the flowers black. And doing the same thing with the stenciling. So I'm just finding a smaller area of letters on this for that little tiny space up there. I seem to get through my black paint very quickly. I don't know about the rest of you, it just disappears. So this is the circles of colour collage paper that I designed for Scrap FX, and I'm just going to be taking a couple of pieces of this to add into my blob frame halves, so that I've got some colour on there. So that was why I drew round the little half of blob frame, just so that I could cut out the piece that I needed. I'm doing the same down there at the bottom, as you can see. Okay, and then on this next tag on the left-hand side, I'm going to be collaging some of the paper onto the space on the tag. I'm using matte medium to stick it down as well. And then here I'm using my little fine applicator bottle with my clear glue in just to stick these chipboard elements into place on my tags. This glue is brilliant. It dries so quickly, and I had nothing pop off my pages that I've stuck it down with, so it is very effective. And then once they were dry, I'm going in with some white acrylic paint and just painting these blob frames. I could have painted them before I stuck them down, but I wasn't sure whether I actually wanted to paint them or not until I'd actually stuck them in place. So that was why I did it this way. Next I did a little bit of outlining on the blob frames, just to kind of draw a bit more attention to them, and just because it's fun to do a bit of doodling, isn't it? It's a nice thing to do. It's nice and relaxing. I also added some of my signature dots onto my tags as well, using Posca pens. If only I could actually dot that quickly, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? How fast would it be to do those? And then I've added in a couple of quotes from different Scrap FX products. I can't actually remember which ones they came from, but these are definitely from Scrap FX. And I added those onto my tags as well. So here I'm using part of the tiger and leopard transparency to create a pocket on this right hand page in my Scrap FX craft junk journal. I was cutting it to size, and then I'm going to stick it in place using a combination of double-sided tape and staples. And this is going to make a lovely pocket for my tags to fit in, meaning that you'll be able to see them, but they'll also be held in place quite nicely. So I've just used the double-sided tape down that side next to the spine, and then just adding my staples on the right hand side and along the bottom, just to keep it in place. And then they slot in there quite nicely with a little bit of persuasion. They did fit. Yeah. Cool. So that was my finished project for Scrap FX. Enjoying using these new blob frames for the month of September, and playing on the craft tags as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon.